President Biden has pardoned Hunter. Howdy, people. Alright, let's get into this. President Biden pardons his son Hunter, the decision which. Yeah, okay, cool. Joe Biden pardoned his son Hunter Sunday night, a reversal for the president, who repeatedly said that he would not use his executive authority to pardon his son or commute his sentence. I believe the justice system, but as I've wrestled with this, I have also believed that raw politics have infected this process and it led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision, Biden said in a statement. Hunter Biden was scheduled to be sentenced on December 12th for his conviction on federal gun crimes. He also was set to be sentenced on December 16th in a separate criminal case which he pleaded guilty to federal tax evasion charges in September. The president issued a full and unconditional pardon for any offenses Hunter has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024, according to the White House statement. A senior White House official told NBC News, which, yeah, we know you're the first to report on this, that the president decided over the weekend to grant his son a pardon and began to inform his senior aides on Sunday. The president also spoke about his son's struggles with addiction in his statement Sunday night, saying that his political opponents were trying to break him by going after Hunter. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion that Hunter was singled out only because he is my son. And that is wrong, Biden said in his first statement. Okay. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober. Even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution in trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe that it will stop. Enough is enough. In a separate statement, Hunter Biden said that he admitted and taken responsibility for his mistakes during the darkest days of his addiction, mistakes that have been exploited to publicly humiliate and shame him and his family for political sport. Despite this, I have maintained my sobriety for more than 5 years because of my deep faith and unwavering love and support of my family and friends, he added. In the throes of addiction, he squandered many opportunities and advantages. In a recovery, we can be given the opportunity to make amends where possible and rebuild our lives. If we never take for granted the mercy that we have been afforded, I will never take the clemency I have been given today for granted, and I will devote the life I have rebuilt to helping those who are still sick and suffering. A representative for Special Counsel David Weiss did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Hunter Biden's attorney Abby Lowell declined to comment. Stephen Chung, a spokesperson for President-elect Donald Trump, said the failed witch hunts against President Trump have proven that the Democrat-controlled DOJ and other radical prosecutors are guilty of weaponizing the justice system. That system of justice must be fixed, and due process must be restored for all Americans, which is exactly what President Trump will do as he returns to the White House, with an overwhelming mandate from the American people. Biden, 82, is using his pardon power to ensure Hunter Biden does not spend time in jail as he nears the end of his term in the White House and has no future election to face. In recent months, he has said he would not pardon his son or commute his sentence. I will not pardon him, he said in June after a jury found Hunter Biden guilty of 3 federal gun charges. The president has discussed pardoning his son with some of his closest aides, at least since Hunter Biden's conviction in June, said 2 people with direct knowledge of the discussion about the matter. They said it was decided at the time he would publicly say he would not pardon his son, even though doing so remained on the table. House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre recently told reporters that Biden's positions have not changed. We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no, she said. Asked last week whether the president is still committed to not granting clemency for his son, White House spokesperson Andrew Bates said the president has spoken to this. Pressed about whether Biden's position has changed, Bates replied, "I don't have anything to add what he said already." First Lady Jill Biden has also said her husband would not pardon their son. "Joe and I both respect the judicial system, and that's the bottom line," she said in an interview. Hunter Biden's criminal trial in June was the first involving the child of a sitting president. Pardoning him after that trial would have ignited a political firestorm for his father, who was campaigning for re-election. Republicans for years attacked Hunter Biden over his foreign business dealings and accused him and the president of corruption. They have also argued that Hunter Biden was getting special treatment by the Justice Department because of his father's political power. GOP criticism reached a peak in July 2023 when Hunter Biden pleaded guilty in a deal with federal prosecutors over tax and gun charges, which collapsed after a judge raised questions about it. That development led Attorney General Merrick Garland a couple weeks later to appoint the U.S. Attorney investigating Hunter Biden, David Weiss, as special counsel. Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race in July, but a pardon before last month's election could have been granted. Political blowback on the candidacy of Vice President Kamala Harris after she took his place on the Democratic ticket. Together, the 12 counts Hunter Biden is convicted of or has pleaded guilty to carry a maximum prison sentence of 42 years. But maximum sentences typically are not given out for convictions of these crimes. The Justice Department said, for instance, that while tax charges carry a maximum of sentence of 17 years, sentences are typically less than that. Asked in an interview in June whether he would rule out a pardon for his son, Biden answered yes. Days later, after Hunter Biden was convicted of federal gun charges by a jury in his hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, the president said that in a statement that he would respect the outcome. Then he told reporters that he would abide by the jury's decision. I'm extremely proud of my son, Hunter Biden said. He has overcome an addiction. He is one of the brightest, most decent men I know. I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said, I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him. Joseph Ziegler, an IRS case agent who became a whistleblower in the Hunter Biden tax probe, told NBC News last year that he opened the investigation himself after seeing bank reports that suggested Hunter Biden was paying prostitutes and spending lavishly out of a corporate bank account. Ziegler said politics played no role in his decision to open the case. I am a 38-year-old gay man, he said. My politics are simple. I'm a Democrat. There are a lot of gay Republicans. There's a whole organization for them, I'm pretty sure. Neil Eggleston, who was White House counsel to President Barack Obama, told NBC News on Monday that if I were his White House counsel, I would encourage him to pardon his son. He said he has been contracted or consulted by the White House about any pardon preparations. The clemency power has a few limitations and certainly would extend to a Hunter Biden pardon, Eggleston said. Eggleston's opinion echoes that of former Justice Department and White House officials that previously involved in presidential pardons, who told NBC News that they thought Biden should exercise his power in advance of the incoming Trump administration. Alright. There are a few videos that there's a few videos I want to play. Alright. I cannot for the life of me get the videos to play the audio. I don't know why. So, I guess that's where I'm wrapping this up. Like, subscribe, comment. And as always, goodbye. Socials are linked in the description.